there.
Oh, God,
and this
no!
Is it. This is the very last ship.
Oh, my God, I fell!
That's so fun to see.
Right here. You see this one?
Oh, you died too.
I like ice cream. I like chocolate. I like pizza and cheese. I like Hot Pockets.
Oh, man.
Do you know who you're talking to? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read?
That dude is hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got him.
Now you dance. Now you dance, Steve. Now you just gotta dance.
Oh my God.
Oh, to go flawless. Oh, finally.
Hey guys! Hey, welcome to the Worst Fireteam Ever podcast, episode 1. I'm Craig.
Steve.
Eric.
Okay.
Frank.
I'm Eric. You have to be Coke.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Start over. Start over. No, start over.
All right.
Start over.
All right.
Just say it again.
All right, welcome to the Worst Fireteam Ever podcast, number 1. I'm Craig.
Steve.
Coke. Frank.
You know, I should be Griffin, and then you can be.
All right. Let's start over.
No, we're not going to
No,
do it. Why are we
yeah,
doing
yeah,
this
no.
every time? All right.
I'll just tease it.
It's fun.
All right, so anyway. We're
So,
good.
Steve, it was your birthday.
See, there we go.
No. But,
So it was your birthday.
No, listen.
All right,
Listen.
yeah.
I have like this OCD thing, so let's just do it 3. One more time.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, one more time.
Yeah,
Do it one more time. Do it
I
one more
thought you were
time.
just insane.
No. Do
How
it
about
one
you
more-
do it this time?
Hi, welcome to the Worst Fire Team Ever podcast. I am Steve.
Craig.
Eric.
Frank. Coke.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, that works.
That was good.
No, was
All
that
right.
good for you?
Oh, yeah, that was for me. That one was
Felt good?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, so we're here to talk about gaming Destiny. So first off, let's talk about your birthday.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was a surprise party, and yeah.
That's all you're going to say about it? Tell them the truth. Tell them what happened.
Okay,
Trying to get there. Sorry I didn't make it.
Don't even
So
Yeah,
Craig
right.
said, "Hey, Steve, I'm going to take you to the gun range on your birthday as a surprise." So I was planning to go to the gun range, and so yesterday I was with him, and they drove me.
Well, first off, we had to wake you up to get you out of the house.
Okay.
And that's why we didn't go shooting.
And that's why we didn't go
'Cause we
shooting,
were a little
because
late.
Steve didn't show up.
So you were going to go shooting.
We
We
were
were
going
going to go shooting.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So at 3 o'clock, we knock on the door. You're in your underwear.
Yeah.
We wake you up.
Yeah.
And then you go, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Okay.
45 minutes later.
Why are we talking? This is not Destiny related.
I just want you to
This
get to,
is-
all right, go to the part where.
We're
go
getting
the
to
part
know
where-
us.
Okay.
Go to the part where we talk about what happened when you got to the house.
Okay, we get to the house. We missed so much of the story, but we get to the house.
Well, because who cares
And
about
then
the building?
in the backyard was, the It trailer. There was a person with a yellow rain jacket holding a red balloon in the backyard of my neighbors. And were you scared?
Well, what I thought was funny about the whole deal was Steve thought this was real, and he acted as if, okay, Coke's the fighter. Let him go investigate it.
Well, I mean, I'm with you, Steve.
In my mind, I'm like, oh God,
You
thank
got
God
the
we
best
have a
hand-eye
fighter.
coordination. You're the fighter.
If anyone can beat up a person holding a balloon, I think it's you.
The clown with the balloon.
If it's somebody that's like paranormal, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know, I ain't gonna do
So but I forgot to tell Coke that we were doing the It surprise.
And
So he was freaked out.
How do you forget that?
Wait, first of all,
That's the thing,
Yeah.
Craig.
first of all, how do you decide that you're going to do a scary movie surprise for someone's birthday?
This wasn't me. This was his girl.
That's my girlfriend.
His girlfriend decided because Steve loves it. He's like,
Well, I've been watching the trailer a lot.
Right.
It's a good trailer.
Yeah.
Wait, just
Okay,
the
let's
same
go.
trailer?
Just,
No, there
yeah.
are other
Just-
different ones, Frank.
So let me get this.
Yeah.
Let me just step in here.
No Chuck E. Cheese line, so don't start with the Chuck E. Cheese line.
We're gonna open with. We'll get to Chuck E. Cheese. Because Steve's girlfriend's 11. But anyway,
He called
what the question
looks
is?
11.
Yeah, she looks 11. She's not 11, everyone.
it 15.
She's 25 years old.
She's only 25.
Yeah.
God.
Let's
I didn't
not
know
go.
that.
Let's not talk about it.
Anyway, okay. So you saw this trailer a few times, and then
I
from
loved
that, she decided to do
Yeah,
an It surprise
a
party.
theme, like a It theme party.
Right.
That is a scary trailer, though. Have you seen the new trailer where the thing is coming out of the
Oh
water? I was like, oh my god,
Dude, it looks good,
yeah.
right?
No, but that's
All right.
Wait.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
I was gonna just say
gonna go
Are we getting up?
No, but I want to say what happened.
Grenades versus melee attacks, everybody. Which one do you?
So like,
Freaking nerd, man. We're talking about stuff.
What the fuck is this, Trey? I feel like I'm in school.
No, I want to tell you about. I want to tell about. So, like, what did you think when you saw her?
I was scared, dude.
You didn't want to come outside. But the thing was, everybody was waiting on the side of the building.
I didn't believe.
Okay, well, let me take over here.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you get surprised? You saw that was a little freaky.
It's because my friends went, surprise!
Oh,
because they were on the side of the house.
On the
Okay.
side of the house, surprise!
Yeah, he didn't see
Then
it.
my girl turned, and I'm like, oh, it's my girlfriend.
Oh,
And then that's it. Can we go on to Destiny now?
so now you're
That was
scared of her
not-
now?
He's freaking out. Yeah. All right. Well, happy birthday.
Thanks.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
75th.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So anyway.
Asian don't crack.
All right. So going to Destiny.
Number one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you say it?
Well, you wrote this stuff.
I know, but why don't you say
How
it?
did we all meet and play together?
Good job.
You literally read it.
I know. I love that. Well, so how did we start? You started with.
No. It started over here.
It started with you, right? You
Oh,
and
you're the
Bob.
OG. You're
You
the
and
OG.
Me
Bob.
and Bobby
Yeah,
started
yeah,
You
playing.
and Bob, right?
Yeah.
Steve's brother. We should you know what? We didn't really introduce ourselves properly. Okay, this is Steve Lee. You know, famously brother of Bobby Lee from Mad TV.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Frank
used to that.
Castillo over here, winner of roast battle.
I love the quotes.
We have
Winner.
Eric Koch, UFC fighter extraordinaire.
Craig Afros, bum.
Craig Hoarder.
Extraordinary. That's what I get.
And then I'm a comedian. So
Eric Griffin, comedian.
that's what we do. And so Bobby and I started playing, you know, and then we just got bored. Because it's not that we got bored. It's just that Destiny is set up where you have to play with people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, it's the good and bad of it.
Yeah.
So the good of it is like, you know, it's forcing you to like find people to play with. But sometimes, Bobby's such a weird dude that he didn't want to play with people that we didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
It took
know.
me like a year and a half to end up playing with you guys.
Yeah. So
Right.
I had to like, it was like, I remember Bobby at the store, we were talking about Destiny. I was like, yeah, I picked it up. And he was like, do you play? I was like, I used to. And he's like, no, you're going to play. He's
Right.
like, you need to get to this light level and then hit me up. And I was like,
That's off my bad. So what he did was like, but then when we were playing, the first thing he did, he knew he can get Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get Steve. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get my
yeah,
brother
yeah,
to play.
yeah, yeah.
So he like set you up.
Oh,
You were
yeah,
ready
yeah.
to go.
Oh, yeah.
And then those were the fun times. Like those were the golden years.
Yeah.
The golden times were like me, Bobby, and Steve playing until 6 a.m. in the morning.
Prison of Elders. I just
Playing
remember
Prison of Elders. And then
Yeah.
like fighting and rage quitting.
Oh,
and
Quadron.
like yelling at each
yeah,
other.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then like the thrill of like finally completing it.
It was the best.
It was the best. And
Yeah.
then it just became a routine. Because
Yeah.
it became like the way Destiny's set up, you had this like weekly thing where you like, all right, you have to do your dailies and you had to
Yep.
do the weekly
like
whatever.
drama.
It's part of your weekly schedule.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
schedule. Then like
Yeah.
Bobby would come on and be like, I got to do a 32. I have to do a
yeah.
34.
Well, the thing with Prison of Elders too, you got something that when you ranked up. Remember, you
Yeah.
you did all the math because remember there's a point system.
That's true.
Yeah.
You
You're
had to
like-
reach 5,000 or 15,000 points. You know the
Yeah,
bottom left.
no, that was later.
Oh, that was later. Okay,
no, that was
but-
how
but-
it is now.
But you got a weapon or like
But
armor.
you always got something good.
Yeah,
You know.
From Varix.
Yes.
So was that? So
Yeah,
was that
Varix
when?
at the
Was
Reef.
that when it came out?
That was
that
when it
he
first
started
came out.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like House of
Those
Those were the gold. Those were fun.
Yes. No. Before House of Wolves. It was when it was.
Oh, before House of Wolves.
First vanilla Destiny.
No. The Hive had a sword guy.
Right.
Oh, the hot. Yeah.
Crota.
What,
Yeah.
on the Cosmodrome, remember?
Yeah, they
he
would
came out
come-
of that
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah, that's,
Yes,
no,
yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the Dark Below.
Yeah, the Dark Below, the Dark
I
Below.
didn't
yeah.
jump on until the Taken King.
Right. So we had. So then we
I
would
was
play.
House of Wolves by that point. Yeah. I came on House of Wolves because you guys were looking. You're like, we need another one.
Yeah.
You got to get on. Because I
Since
had
we're-
it on PS4.
Wait. Since you said House of Wolves, I missed that. I missed the Fallen coming. Or do you
Right.
guys like the Fallen coming in randomly or like the Taken? I don't like the Taken.
I think
one.
they should have had like they shouldn't have got rid of any of it. I think
Yeah.
the Hive still should come.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the House of Wolves still should come, and then
Yeah,
the Taken
yeah.
should show up. I think it should be all
Because
the.
when the Takens would start
Yeah.
showing up, there was a point where, like, on certain maps, you would have the Fallen, then the Taken, and then you'd see them all fight, and you're just like, oh, this is great.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, when Taken boss would drop, and then a fallen like walker would drop, you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Because it was chaotic. There's so much going on. I miss that.
And it was also it was hard at first. Like every time they updated it, the stuff was harder, and then it got easier. That was kind of the other thing.
Well, I mean, if you think back, let's just go through the origin, or like the whole thing with Destiny. Like the thing that I love about it is it's always evolving. Because I remember when it first happened, they had people would be shooting in the caves to like get
the
remember
loot cave.
the loot cave. So they're like, it's like, isn't it crazy
Right.
how people find out how to cheat like this?
Yeah.
Cheese it hella hard.
The cheese, so they're shooting the loot cave. So they'll be like, you're on the Cosmodrome, and there's like, 6 people standing in front of a cave, just shooting into a cave.
Just letting the
There's
engrams drop.
engrams
So
drop.
they fixed that, and then in the first part, because you had to like, go for those stupid things you needed.
Yeah, this is PvE. This is PvE, by the way.
Right, PvE, not PvP.
This is PvE. Okay.
All that
Player
stuff you had to
versus
like,
gear.
you had to like harvest all this stuff,
Right.
Yeah,
and it would take hours.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like you guys were like all the stuff you guys had collected became useless.
Yeah.
Oh, because remember how the
etheric light.
All that stuff.
not just that, even before that.
Oh, before the etheric
Even
light.
before that, because remember in
yeah.
the beginning, like a hunter had a specific thing, and I forgot what that stuff was called.
It was like the sapphire wire.
Yeah, sapphire wire and all that
Yeah.
crap. And they
Yeah.
had and they had different what do you call it? Currency.
Right.
Yeah, and then they kept changing it and changing it.
Yeah, there was like 3 different currencies at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kept.
Well, it was. Well, then you had to go like around. You and Bob loved that.
No.
But
One
you
thing
used to
going
just-
back to. Can we talk about the wolves again?
Yeah, we got
One thing that like I got a panic attack. Remember at the end, you remember like the treasure chest.
Everything would give you a panic attack.
Do you remember the treasure chest? Like it would be like it would just pop up and you would have to know. You'd have to drive on
That's
your.
what I'm saying. You would go
Yeah,
around for hours.
I kind of miss that though.
I know. You and Bob loved it. That's the one
yeah.
thing I couldn't stand.
Well, you don't like grinding.
I don't
at
like
all.
mining.
You don't like mining. I love mining.
Yeah, you
He
guys
hates
love that.
it.
I hate it.
See, I feel like
I was so happy when you could buy stuff.
I feel like the first
At the
game,
tower?
because they changed it. They changed it like 3 times of how it works. But I feel like it was a giant I feel like the game in itself is a giant like beta. I feel like they're figuring it
Right,
out. And
yeah,
I
they
think they're
started
doing
to,
a
like,
lot of like
improve
good
it.
things in the next one. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we'll get to that.
Well, I'm just saying,
Someone made a good
on the
point.
PvE side, I think it's going to be better and not as monotonous.
Yeah, we'll
Someone
get
made
to
a
that
point
later.
where it was like Destiny 1 was like a theme park. You go to Disneyland, it's like here are the rides, and even the patrols still seemed very like set in their ways.
What,
You
the
know I mean?
beacon patrols?
Yeah, so it was like it never really felt as free like to roam as it was.
Right.
And it felt like a theme park.
No, I thought it was very open world. It's just that we just knew the world. After
Yeah.
playing the game so long, I know every inch
Nook and
of
cranny.
every, the Venus, every place.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I would see you and I would just join your fire team and we'd just be.
Yeah.
shooting
You
the
remember
fallen.
that time we Bobby left the fire team and then we ran into him randomly in
Oh,
somewhere?
he lied to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
because
was
he would
the
put
funniest thing.
he would put it on, like where he's hidden.
But you do that too.
Well,
You do that all the time.
don't.
No,
Steve
no,
puts
this time-
himself offline all the time.
This time
well, I
was
just
the
don't
best,
like it when
though.
they just go onto your part. You're like, well, there's 10 other people and I don't know. And then
But it's
everyone's
even
talking.
us. It's even us. Like Coke will be like, I know Steve's on. Like we know
You don't
you're
know,
on.
But you don't really know.
What's
don't
funny
really.
is
I'll send you
when-
invites and just to see.
No,
what I'll do, he'll
I
be
used to do that to
offline.
Bob.
Yeah, I'll send him invites just to like, and he'll accept.
Sometimes,
Hey, what's up, man?
if I'm
why
on,
are
I'll
you-
accept it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
And
I'm
that-
just-
And that's your
But
right.
then you always get angry. You're like, why are you guys not on? I'm like, you're not on. I went on, but I can't see you because you're invisible.
All right.
That's something going on with the system, though. There's like a
Yeah, oh,
glitch.
yeah.
Like, how you can.
Yeah,
De-
yeah.
You know how I
Destiny's
think
kinda
it's not just
sketchy,
Destiny. I
too.
think it's something with Xbox where you try to join somebody's fire team and you can't.
Yeah.
Like there was a thing with Bobby. Like remember, Steve? It would be like I'd have to invite you.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
Bobby
yeah,
would have
yeah.
to join you.
Depending who the leader
Yeah,
was.
whoever
who the fire team leader was. Yeah.
But getting back to it though, those days,
Yeah, those days
the
were great.
beginning days
Was
was just
fun.
us playing. But then
Fun.
then we were like, we want to play other parts of the game. So then one of the things that was like fun to do was like to try to do the raids. But then one thing about the Destiny is like you need 6 people. You have to have 6.
That's when we started to build the group.
And that's when we were like, we got to get other people to play, and that's why we got everybody in. But then,
So you bugged me for a while because I had it on PS4 and I didn't like it because I had no friends on PS4. So I was like, I never played there. And then you're like, hey, you got to get on it. You got to get on it.
And by the way, when we first started, well, at least I can speak about on my own. I never played PvP.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys,
I never
know
played
Norbob,
it.
Norbob.
Remember?
Yeah.
Wob
In the
was
beginning,
scared
yeah.
to go even to the Crucible guy.
Yeah, that's true.
and I loved Crucible, and so
Shax.
did you.
And I did too.
Yep.
I love Crucible.
Well, like they didn't.
We didn't
Nobody
play.
started playing Trials until like
that was
we
me
met
and
up.
well, that was also me and Steve. Like I started to be like, we gotta play.
I got it into it because of you.
I know. And
We'll get into that
And
later.
you love and hated me over.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
It's the worst.
yeah.
but you guys have met Coke online.
No,
Oh,
they met.
Yeah.
No,
It was
what-
us
they
three.
met.
Us three.
What happened was, and I'll explain
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
because it's weird. It's just a
So
small
funny.
world. It's just a small world.
Mm-hmm.
I followed Griffin because I'm a big Workaholics fan, right? So like I already followed Griffin. you know, he's
I
the
get
man,
it.
right? Yeah, you know, I'm super funny. No,
Podcast wouldn't happen without me, but I did. But go on.
No. So I saw him tweet Bungie about Destiny, and I was like, oh shit, you know. I dropped a line. I was like, shit, man, you ever want to play? Hit me up. And he ended up following me. And you know, we never talked, but he ended up following me. And then we used the app because in the app you can
I
because
set it up.
So there was a raid party I wanted to do. I think it was the Oryx. It was the Oryx raid. So like we were doing that. So we were playing for a good 2-3 hours. They were talking about comedy, and I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was just doing the raid.
I think I went to the restroom and I came back.
No, because he had said, and then you were talking about the UFC fighting, because
Yeah,
what your name is.
right.
And I asked him, I said, well, what is your thing?
Yeah.
And I look him up online. I say, oh, dude, we're already following
Yeah, we're
each other.
following each other. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, it's Eric Griffin. I'm like, Eric Griffin? He's like, Montez from Workaholics. I'm like, oh, no shit. But yeah, I was literally talking to him
Yeah,
for
we were
like,
talking for hours
for
without
hours.
even small world.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
Came back from the bathroom. These guys were just chirping like old pals. I was like, "What happened?" They're like, "We know each other."
Wow.
But that's the thing about, look, one of the things, if we're going to talk about Destiny for a second, is one of the things I hate and love is that, you know, like I said, you have to add people, right? So you have to have, you want to raid, you got to have 6 people. And then not all of us have 6 people that play this game. So you have to go out and find people. But then what I don't like is once you get to know these people, like we became a group, then it becomes like, oh, well, we want to go do strikes. Oh, yeah, but there's 4 of us on.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's how Craig and Frank started fighting. Go. No, but I'm saying is like that's like how that would happen. So then that's what sucks about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like about Destiny is that like now you make us get 6 people, we get to 6, and now we can't even play together.
Right.
And like the patrols where it was just 3 people, that shit killed me.
Right.
It was
Yeah,
like,
it
if we
would
could
be
do-
better
Yeah,
if
if
it
we could
was
patrol
6.
4 people, that'd be so much
Yeah.
fun.
You should be able to
6 people. I mean.
You should be able to fill up the whole server
Yeah.
because like when you look on the thing, 16 people can be there. You should be able to put actually as many people as you want.
That would be awesome.
Patrolling because it's like here's our big group and let's all go to the Court of Oryx.
Yeah,
or let's all go to the Archon Forge
Yeah.
together.
It'd be like WoW, where it's like they got these huge fucking bosses and there's like 200 people.
You should be able to add people.
I think it's
Yeah.
just server issues, though. I think like that's an issue on just a technical level. Because even just us connecting some of the time, and there were so many times where it just had.
Well, I got shitty internet, so.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, and
talk
Frank had
about
like the
that.
worst.
I did.
Yeah.
I upgraded my shit.
And
though.
yours too.
Yeah, but not as bad as Frank's. Frank's
Yeah,
shit.
Frank's was literally the worst. Like
He was
would
getting
hear
it from
echoes
the
and-
Kentucky Fried Chicken across the street. He was bouncing off.
Hey, that's my favorite place.
So then we got everybody finally got together. We all got the team together, and then the raids. Well, I guess
You had
we'll talk
another
about
friend
raids.
too. What happened to your other friend?
Gavin?
Yeah, you had another friend. No, you guys had another friend that was on there.
Oh,
we had
Chris
Chris.
Owens.
Chris,
Owens.
yeah,
Owens.
Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that just like sold. He started
Yeah.
playing and he sold his Xbox. It was like I can't do
Yeah.
this. This is consuming my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that
No,
is that
no.
why we never see him again?
No, Chris is
he-
still on,
he's
but
playing
no, maybe
different
that was
games,
somebody
man.
else.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was somebody else, man, that we were playing with for a little while. Then
Yeah,
you were
no,
like,
that was your buddy. You
Yeah.
invited somebody. Or
You had a
Bob.
friend who sold his. He just was like, I'm done.
somebody, one of your friends. You got.
Oh, Brian.
Yes,
And then
yes.
he got depressed because he
Yes,
he got
yes,
depressed because
yes.
that's all he was doing.
Right.
So he sold his Xbox back to the
Right.
store.
I totally understand, but let's just say I've never played a game as much as I play Destiny.
Oh,
I know, me too.
Dude, this is
and by the way, the same game.
It's the same shit.
Yeah,
How
it's
long has it
addicting,
been?
man.
3 years?
Yeah.
been a
You've been
while.
on it that long?
Yeah, it's ruined. It's almost ruined my relationship.
Well, we'll get to
Oh, well,
relationships.
yeah, we'll get to that
Yeah.
later.
Well, so
Me
Frank-
too. Me too,
something
Frank.
on here? Relationships?
yeah, kind of. Yeah. I'm telling you, I laid it out. We got stuff. here.
Are we on
We're talking
schedule?
about everybody's
We're fine.
personal.
We're fine.
I'm still the part about.
Somebody's got a schedule.
This one first, it really should just all be about like how we started playing.
Right.
Destiny. All this other shit is like whatever. You know?
I remember.
But we're doing it anyway.
Oh, what we
Yeah, that's what I'm
dislike
saying.
about Destiny.
It's just template.
I remember when Bobby came up and he was like, "You got to play Destiny." I went out the next day and bought an Xbox One and everything. And the cool thing was, I had played Destiny when it was on 360, so it actually transferred all of my characters to Xbox One, and that blew my mind.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever played a game where like you do a mission, right? And then it's like you do it again and again and again. I was like, I'm doing the same thing again.
Right.
You memorized the lines, remember?
Oh yeah.
Barrett.
They always do. I met that guy, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah,
Barrett or whatever?
Yeah, I met him. He's a great actor. But like, and then because they had this kind of casino thing. That's what we play.
Oh, like with the way the exotics go bing and it's
And that's
gold.
It's not even just that. It's just the whole idea that you play the same thing and you get different results.
Different roles.
And all that. And so then you're like looking at, I don't think
It's like gambling.
I don't even think you're even able to like really explore everything in Destiny. Like I don't think like you know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
there's
It's
certain
hard.
Someone was saying, I think it was like it was actually like a TV producer who played it, and he was like in a show he made a joke about how he still hasn't gotten this gun, and he'd played Destiny for like 3 years, and it's like there's certain people like there's certain guns that I still haven't even gotten or exotic.
Yeah, when you go to the exotic
Oh, like
blueprint, I still have blank stuff.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Not only that, the armor, the Sphidian aspects, I just got it like a couple months ago.
Right.
And it's been out.
Most of you don't even have a sword.
No, I don't have the. I don't have the good one.
That's the upgraded one.
That was
No,
It's a grind. It really is.
You never
That's
got
you and
the
Craig
was
do
it, you
that
never got the
stuff.
clever
I don't
dragon.
I
right?
would always get the guns after they nerfed them.
Oh yeah.
So like you would have grasp.
Oh, you didn't
would
have a clever dragon?
I never got.
You never got a
when
clever.
I got it, it was like the week after they made it useless.
You never got a clever
Like everybody's
dragon.
like it
My
didn't work.
grasp of Malik.
Hey, that's-
God. When that got nerfed, that was the end of me.
Dude, hold up. You brought it up.
He
Let's
brought
talk
it.
about his grasp of Malik.
He was good with it.
Dude, it was a little cheap. It was a little cheap. I don't know what roles you had. Like
bro, I had
stability.
I showed
the
him-
rate of fire.
Dude,
You did some crazy.
I showed
you
him the
cheated
one
on
that I
it or
got,
something.
and
You
he
put
straight
some-
up told me, he was like, "You have a god roll."
It's a god roll.
Yeah.
It was,
Dude, we
I
could
remember.
not beat you with it.
Because
Yeah.
he had, I think he had max stability.
Yeah.
And it had
Rangefinder. Or,
it had
Head seeker. I think.
head seeker.
And also the stability when you hit him in the chest, or when you.
Yeah, because Frank was pretty
it makes-
unstoppable for
it
our
makes-
group.
I
It
couldn't
makes
beat
the
him.
head
I couldn't
it makes
fight.
the
I couldn't
headshot
beat you.
damage
We could
more
not
when
kill
you do
you.
a body shot.
Yeah.
It's that.
It
It's
was-
head seeker, but then he had high cal rounds on it.
You had
So
high
it makes
caliber
you-
rounds
So it makes
on.
you flinch.
See,
So like it was
dude?
just.
Yeah.
You
That's why.
I was.
You get
You
spammed.
destroyed. No one could beat you. Remember we tried to beat you?
But the thing is,
I wouldn't say nobody.
I mean.
Oh no, you're the only person here that could beat him.
Well,
Speaking of guns, though, this
Yeah, that
this shit
grasp of
really
Malik,
pissed me
man.
off, and I was super fucking salty about it. Before they did the treasure keys or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
to like get loot at the end, right?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
the specific one.
Yeah, for the specific. So,
Oh, to
the
get
Undying Mind for the Imago loot.
The Vex
I
one.
love-
The
that-
Vex- the
That's
Vex-
my favorite hand cannon, right?
the Vex.
The Vex one.
The Vex one.
On the
Vex
Undying
hand
Mind.
cannon.
Yeah.
So
Right.
right before that update came out for that chest, like the chest keys,
The Imago loop.
the loop would just drop from killing the boss.
Yep.
It was random. So I remember it was a nightfall, and the nightfall I was doing, I was farming it. There's a way to.
Farm it.
There's
Yeah,
a way to farm it.
you have to go in
kill
the
him.
back. Remember, you'd stand up on that brick the thing in the back and snipe his head?
You'd kill him, but while you killed him, you'd kill yourself too.
Yeah, with the rocket launcher.
Because the loot stays when it drops, and then you have to do it over and over, so you don't have to go through the whole mission. So I'm sitting there farming.
There's people like you why they had to nerf. They had to.
100%.
Yeah.
But I wanted a god roll, right?
Uh-huh.
This motherfucker comes
got
in
it.
one game. One game. It drops a god roll for him.
But that's
and I was so pissed.
But that's
'cause
because
I'm
he
like-
doesn't know how to play.
Right,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's
He
like
doesn't know to
Murphy's
shoot the
law.
damn thing.
No, it's like Murphy's law. I don't
can't even
like
shoot a
hand
hand
cannons.
cannon.
I know. I don't even
Oh,
like
I
hand
remember you got salty. You got off real quick. You're
I
like,
was
later,
pissed.
good night. And you
I was
took
Like this guy
Because I
would
was
get
doing it
7
for
clever
hours.
dragons, and I got his one.
I was doing it for hours, and Craig's
Right.
like, "Oh, I got one. Is it good?" And he puts it on, and I'm just like,
But that's the thing. Like that's the thing. It kind
yeah.
of punishes you because like I'm not good with hand cannons.
I
Like,
swear
we
to
know
Dave
that.
knows.
We know
Yeah,
that.
I
Or
swear
pulse
to Dave.
rifles.
Or
Auto rifles.
or
Or grenades.
I knew he was gonna come. But I'm not good. I'm definitely the worst, even worse than that.
You go with the Monte Carlo. I'll give you that.
And the
You go with
shoulder
Monte
shove.
That's my move.
Shoulder charge.
Number
Yeah.
one.
Let's talk about what they did to the shoulder charge. It's like 6 pages of shoulder charge. Like, are we going to talk about anything else? Right?
That's true.
My favorite.
I really am upset about that. I'll be honest.
My favorite would be running and then seeing like Craig go to shoulder charge a dude, and it was like when they nerfed it, so the distance was like adjusted.
it's
You would
the
see him run
worst.
like shoulder charge and stop right in front of the guy, and then he
just
just
get
kill
murdered.
him.
Shit would
You
drive
know
me
what?
nuts.
Let's talk about you. You're interesting. You're very interesting.
Why is that?
Because he only uses a Titan.
I do
The
like my
shader's
Titan.
always all white.
No, I changed
It's
it
either
to
all black or all white. Why don't you add some color to your shit? And then he only does the shoulder charge and uses like the Monte Carlo or something.
I mean, actually, that's well. I mean, for when I first started, I was using shotguns because I used to love the shotgun.
But you said they gimped him.
But that's the thing. Everything I used, much like the
they're
grasp
still
with
good.
Frank, they nerfed.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
what else did they nerf?
But that's
They
the thing
nerfed-
I don't like about the game.
Yeah.
Something I like and dislike about
Right.
the
They
game
nerfed
is that
everything. They don't
there's no
They
balance.
don't
So, like,
balance it.
so when
Yeah.
everybody was using the clever dragon, then then you
it.
never saw it again.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
literally, that
Never.
gun was gone.
right?
Yeah.
It was worthless.
Yeah. So
Same
so
with
that,
grasp.
and I don't like that. I didn't like that. I don't like
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
They change the meta all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these little things they kept adding to the game and taking away from it, which also makes it like one of the most. It's probably one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because like, you know, now there's places you can go on. If we turn the game on right now, there's places you can go that you don't even. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about.
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah.
Mars and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
back, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you
With
like
the
do
ball,
those
yeah.
missions, like so. You know, it's like every time they change something, I think they take away from the game sometimes. You know,
Right. Yeah.
It's like remember when the daily was important, and then they became a thing where
Oh,
you
the Nightfall?
not the Nightfall.
Oh,
I'm talking about the
okay.
daily.
The
There'd be
daily.
like
Oh,
a
the
daily
daily
mission.
story.
They
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
brought that back,
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
if you do the daily
I like
right
the Nightfall.
now,
I
get
miss
the
the
treasure.
Nightfall. I like
Yeah.
the Nightfall.
doing the Nightfall every
That's
week
fun.
was.
That's
Now
fun.
remember how hard it was at first because
Very hard.
Because if you died, you got sent to the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what made it what feels so cool. Because I remember the first Nightfall I did, I felt like a boss. Because we tried it so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No success.
It's the kind of game that you literally would play for hours.
Hours.
With no success.
3 hours
Yeah.
just on the Nightfall,
Dude, I
yeah.
With
remember
no success.
Oh,
there
yeah.
was one night we played, and I can't remember if it was Prison of Elders or like some mission. I think it was you, me, and Bobby, and we just couldn't do it.
Which
And
one was it?
Like,
Who was the boss?
I can't remember what the boss was. I just remember it was like 6 in the morning, and I was like, I gotta go.
You know what
to
it
bed,
is?
and
You know what it
everyone
is?
was so upset.
It depends
Yeah.
on. It depends on what burn and all those things they put on. Like if you're playing,
Oh, right. No,
like
it's true.
whatever Nightfall
It's
is.
true.
You know, like if you're playing Bond Brothers and it's
Bond
solar
Brothers.
You're fucked.
and
What
it's
are you doing?
solar, it's done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Solar.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Well, fusion always killed me. When something was like fusion, you need to kill it with that.
With fusion.
What do you mean?
I mean, with the
Void?
The void. I mean,
Okay.
void, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking fusion
your
grenades.
terms
But we'll
right,
do-
Craig.
What are we playing? What game are we playing?
What
No.
is this? Your first Destiny podcast?
What the fuck is
Are we
that?
talking about no?
No,
But
There's
no,
real
we're talking
Destiny
about
people
void.
listening to this. Like these
Yeah.
guys, I see why they suck.
Yeah, exactly. No, but no, when you would do void, like void's always hard to kill people on. Like when
Yeah,
we would
yeah,
do those
yeah.
void missions, like
Well, that one with that eye guy.
The eye
that's
guy,
the worst.
yeah,
But
with
that's
the
a
ogre.
new one though.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about. I'm talking about the ones from back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
the
the early
The early one.
ones. Like
yeah,
the
yeah. The fallen one where you have to go kill the tank. There's like a 3-part thing at the
that
end.
one was so hard.
Yeah, that was
With the
hard.
big eye. That's
Yeah,
the thing
yeah,
we
yeah.
always do, guys. Like we always do.
Yeah.
That one was super
Sepix.
hard when you were doing
Well-
Oh, Sepix Prime.
Well,
Doing a
yeah,
Nightfall,
Sepix Prime.
Sepix Prime was super
Sepix
hard.
well,
Prime,
also
yeah.
light level. Light level was such a bitch, even in the beginning.
You had to grind.
You had to grind, and if you were low light, you couldn't kill anything.
And they
Yeah.
didn't like in the early game. They didn't just hand out like highlight gear.
Yeah.
You know, I
Right.
think it became a problem because people like that couldn't do the raids were complaining
like
because
that.
they couldn't get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
max
yeah.
light level. So they
That's
started
how
just
you
trying
maxed
to
up your
throw
light,
light,
remember?
you know?
You had to do the raid to get the whatever
Right,
light
yeah,
level
that's
365.
That's why we started doing
But
Crota.
yeah.
Now Crota became fun. Like when we got everybody in, we
Yeah.
started. We would do Crota every week. That's what we started doing because
Yeah,
you could
that
do
was
Crota
fun.
with like 4. You could. That's the one raid that you could actually do with 2 people, 3
Right,
people.
right.
I still
You
haven't
know?
broken 400 light. I'm still at 399.
Really?
Really?
What?
We just don't play enough because that's stupid. They drop. They drop 400 stuff every game.
Yeah,
No, I have
even at the
400
tower,
I have
man.
400 stuff. I
Yeah.
just there's a few items. There's 3 things. I think my chest, my head, and my legs.
Or you could just take your warlock character and then put it in your vault and then just infuse that into your other. Yeah, you could do.
Even think about that.
Yeah.
What?
I haven't played since the.
Have you been playing this game? God, why is this peasant in our?
But but it was definitely fun. I mean, when we get the group together, it was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
And then there's definitely times when it's not. I will table that for the next.
Well, I mean, I just feel like there's a lot of like things about Destiny, like it's games within games within games because. You know, and then they add this, like, you know, when they add the burns or when they add, like, oh, this particular mission you have to do to get this particular thing, even though it's the same thing you've done 1,000 times. You know what I mean?
It changes.
And they keep making you do it and do it and do it. So, like, even when I'm playing the Crucible, there was a time when I started to play that, and I was like, oh, this could be a game. This could be just the game. Like, there could be a game called Destiny Crucible, and it's just that, and it would be a worthwhile game.
Yeah.
So
when did you start Crucible? Because I didn't start. I started late, dude.
Early.
I didn't even walk by shacks. You know, at the bottom of the
I know
tower?
what you mean.
I didn't even walk by. I would just like walk by him. Like,
I just tried it. I just went and just started to do it. It is like let's just say this: Destiny is one of the most infuriating games I've ever. It's just infuriating. Like because like no matter what you do, for me personally, I don't care what I do. I can't get any better at certain things.
Me too.
But there are times though, like when I'm not playing. Like, for some reason, when I play with you people, when we're on the same team, it's like all of a sudden I can't kill anybody.
Me too.
But then, like, when I'm playing by myself, I'm getting 20 kills.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
well, that's because this guy's getting like 75 kills by himself. He's leaving.
I think your guys' internet is bringing down my good internet. My TV internet is being brought down.
No, but I know what you're saying. Certain skill sets, right? Like, people know how to do that shade step roll right into a shotgun to your gut, or they know how to jump up with their palindrome and. I don't know how to jump in the air and do that shit, man.
Sometimes it's just
I don't have
not fun.
Icarus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to do that shit.
There's a lot of, like, they find their, like,
there's, like, certain skill sets
but
you need to know.
But they made a game that's it really is so advanced that they can't fix it. Like, they keep trying to fix it, and they can't.
There's so many moving
It's hard to balance.
Yes, because they go like, okay, let's make shotguns are too heavy, so we'll take that away, and then like, oh, auto rifles are now, and then like, oh, let's try to do this, and they just can't do it.
Keep bringing everything
it's a constant
down
battle.
instead of balancing it.
Yes, but there is no balancing it because these kids out here, these people out here, are going to find out how to play well with whatever it is, and they're going to exploit it, and then once they exploit it, they're like, well, we have to change this now.
Yeah.
14-year-olds.
Or you remember sidearms? No one used sidearms.
No.
Right.
But now, like, all of a sudden, wormwood, you need a wormwood.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, but it used to be not that. Like, no one even fucked with that. No one fucked with that.
The other thing I like about the original Destiny was that when they would do the raids and stuff, they didn't tell anyone how to do them. You had to figure it out.
You have to go online and
the
do this shit, research
like
this shit.
when King's Fall dropped, it took what? 18 hours for the first team to finish it?
Yeah.
And then it took them even longer to find all the secret chests. And
But
all
that's still crazy to me because, like, even, like...
That's still quick, yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah.
For, like, not knowing
Like
any
how to
mechanic.
do it. Right, because for people that don't know, when you play the raid, it's like you have to do certain steps.
Right.
So like you can't just go out there and shoot everything. It's like a puzzle kind of.
Just imagine how hard it was to do Sisters, not know where anything is, and then figure that
Oh,
whole thing
that was
out.
the
If there
worst.
wasn't YouTube,
Yeah.
almost nobody would complete a raid.
Yeah, you'd have to call that like
You know what
old-
I'm saying?
like that hotline. How do I jump? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like I mean it's
The King's Fall. Like how many? Like you know
I
what?
never even beat that. I don't think I beat
That's
that
what I'm
one.
trying
With
to
the
say.
sisters.
What's
Remember,
hilarious?
I was with you all
But
night. It was 7 in
that's
the
what I'm saying.
morning.
What's hilarious about this is like we all have never completed.
I never did.
The only raid we've ever completed together is Crota, I think.
Yeah, that's the only one
I
I
thought we
did.
did do the
not
other
multiplayer.
one.
I never.
Not together,
Not
but the new
No,
thing we've done vaulted.
No, I've never completed Vault of
But I'm
Glass.
saying before that, and check this out.
No.
We never even did Prison of Elders 35.
You're right.
Like we never did it
Where
when
you
it
got
was
the
like
poison and like.
Skolas. We
Skolas,
never did
where
Skolas
you run around
until
and
we
you
didn't
have
do
to-
it until
you're
the
infected.
next thing came out, and we were like so powerful that we could kill him.
Honestly, he
You're
was,
right, we
he
never
was
did
one
it.
of the hardest fucking bosses in that.
But that's where you get infected and you're like, do you have it? Count down
Well,
to
and
10
you only have
seconds.
3.
Then you have to get it to your
And
friend.
Steve is infuriating. Because he's just like, where is it? Come over here!
That was always early days.
Like
with
we try,
Bob
remember, remember, and this is the thing about
Quadra?
the thing about Skolas that was hilarious was like normally on
That's
Prison
the
of Elders-
fallen boss, right?
No, normally on
Yeah.
Prison of
Yeah,
Elders
yeah,
it's
yeah.
5 rounds.
5 rounds, yeah.
Okay, maybe I think it's 5 rounds for Prison of
Yeah,
Elders,
yeah,
right?
it is, yeah.
So Bobby, me, and Steve, we were doing that Skolas. We get to the 5th round,
Yeah.
and we pass it, and we're like, yeah!
We were screaming. screaming.
And then there's a 6th round. And then we're like, what the fuck?
The one where you have to.
We already done 7
like,
hours.
The baton, like you're
Yeah.
poisoned and you have to run, and then you have to count down from 10 seconds. Like, hey, give it to your friend. It's
And
like,
then every
it's like
time,
mathematics
and every time the kids, these kids on the internet, like you said on the internet, every time they figure out how to kill something fast, by the time we get to it, it's been nerfed.
Yeah, right.
Because they had that thing where we all have a Galahorn,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to kill.
Yeah,
you
shoot
can kill
it
him
all
in
at
like
the same
30
time.
seconds.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
we
yeah.
look on, and Steve was Mr. Look at Videos.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
He
what
would
was
tell
the
us
video
about it
on
every the
It's a
next
Laylock?
day.
Here's how you do it, bro.
Let's not talk
No,
about
no,
it.
no.
The
Let's save
PDX.
that for.
Well, we'll get all the PDX.
Guys,
Yeah.
I saw videos on
Steve
PDX.
Steve is the king of like, what's the best weapon that YouTube
Dude, well,
says?
I'm
What's
trying
the
to-
best?
I'm trying to
But the thing is,
get
like,
like
you would
you
tell me
guys.
the next day. He would text me and call me, like, I just looked at this video and they said the PDX is the best. You got to go get it. And how many times? You would tell me like 100 times. You got to get a
Well,
PDX.
can
You got to get a. They're
Well,
selling them
well,
at the vendor. You got to get
Let
a
me
PDX.
defend the PDX. PDX is great because you can go to the gunsmith, right? You can either get it as a drop. It's just like the hawk saw. It literally is.
Oh God! Don't get him started on the hawk.
Nobody out there.
Here we go with his hawk saw.
That's a damn good.
Well,
Come
look.
on, dude. That's a good. It's not as good as your God roll grasping mallet.
Hawk
but
saw is good,
It's a decent. It's a for us it was a good weapon.
yeah.
I love
No,
it.
PDX
Yeah, I
is
love
good.
the hawk saw.
Well, one of the things I like about the game too is that you have these 3 characters,
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Titan, Hunter, and Warlock.
and then you can pick and then like you sometimes you start playing with one for like extended period of time. Then you go, well, let me switch over to this other one, and then the game's like completely different.
Yeah.
Every single time the game is different.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing with a Warlock, the things you could do with a Warlock, and then even with there's basically 9 characters you could play with.
Yeah.
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 And that's
Oh, because of the subclasses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so that makes it like
Who's
So
your
let's
favorite?
say main. What's everybody's main?
Yeah. What's everyone's main character?
You know mine. Steve knows mine. He said it.
Titan, shoulder.
You're just Titan with
But I do
mine
play
is
Hunter.
the sticky. I'm a Sun Singer Warlock.
Warlock. You're wearing a Warlock hat.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
oh, you
And then
nerd.
yours the Gunslinger
That was my
Hunter.
birthday
Hunter all
present.
day. I got it tattooed on
the
my body.
Hunter, oh my God, not the Shadow. Was it?
It's the Void.
The Voidwalker.
No, Hunter doesn't
The
have.
Hunter?
No, that's a Warlock. You have the Shadows.
Yeah, Shadow.
Shit.
Shadow Shot.
Shadow shot.
Yeah, but that's a void something.
That's a Void. Yeah.
I like the Warlock too.
Yeah,
Two
you
Warlocks,
like
two
the
Hunters, and Titans.
solar grenades.
Yeah, solar grenades are the best for me.
They're the cheapest fucking thing. I hate them.
There you go.
What was the
I'm a
sunbreaker?
hater.
You love the wearing the sunbreakers
Because it keeps the
you-
solar grenade going longer.
Oh, not
He
those.
sets the whole world on fire.
don't mind
He
those.
just throws
He throws like 1,000.
The
I've
fusion
seen it.
grenades.
I've
The
seen
sticky
it.
grenades.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Mr.
That's
Cheap,
me.
Mr. Cheapy over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I was all about the
Yeah.
gunslinger grenades where you throw and they stick to the wall and they're just
Trip
like-
mines.
Trip
Trip
mines.
mines.
Trip mines the best
Love
because you could cover the whole. You
I
could
love
cover
it.
an
Yeah,
entrance.
yeah, yeah,
one
That's
way.
that's
Love-
Coke's
Oh, that's
one.
his. Yeah, we'll
That's
get into
his
that.
thing,
We'll get
yeah.
into that
You'd
later.
have some.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you throw some crazy.
I got
grenades.
some crazy kills. with
Oh,
them.
you knew like
Dude, they
where
were
on the
awesome.
wall to throw it and shit.
Because year one they stuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
they
stuck on
stick-
people.
they're
took.
stickies?
They were.
You-
in
like a
year one.
sticky.
It would stick you.
It would stick to
But
the person.
What's
And then
awesome about it? It's
Like
it's
a fusion grenade.
It's the hardest hitting grenade though.
Yeah, it
so
is.
like when
It's
it
so
stuck,
annoying.
you could stick somebody with a super and it would kill him.
Yeah.
Outright.
and,
But it had no aim assist.
Yeah.
So like
But-
it wouldn't like
You have
follow
to
him.
really, yeah.
You would
You'd have
it would
to
literally
really
you
nail
would
him.
literally have to hit him.
And the best part was if it would stick them, if there was another person around, because it would still stick
blow-
and it would
blow out.
blow out and hit
Yeah.
the other person.
Really?
Yeah, so you could
Dude,
get
they
like.
Why do they
2,
nerf
3
that? That's
I
kind
had
of
a
cool.
triple.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
cool,
powerful.
man.
I had a
Powerful.
triple
Powerful.
kill. I had a triple kill in trials one time. I stuck one, and both his teammates were like strafing in and out to shoot me. They all lined up. Boom.
Bam.
Triple kill.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And if you get
It
that
was
armor where you
fucking
have,
awesome.
and if you get that thing where you have 2 of them, you just fucking.
I'm Kara Spine.
Yeah, you're tossing the whole time.
Well,
Yep.
what's annoying for our group is the fact that Coke here is like, a
Yeah, let's
12
talk about that.
12-year-old
Yeah,
girl
well, let's get it-
with the
well, let's-
video games.
well, let's-
I don't
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
coordination.
yeah.
Let's table that. So,
Oh, you want to save that for another
let's
episode?
call this. We'll call this episode. We'll save that. We'll save
Yeah.
that.
Wait,
So
wait,
this is-
hold
The
on,
next
hold on.
episode's called General Craig.
General Craig.
Wait, hold up. Are you happy with that?
I think that's good for our first episode. How we got together, how we played the game.
What does number 6 mean, though? Read number 6. Plug any.
Well, you have the Stevie
Destin-
Weeby. No,
Destin
Stevie Weeby podcast.
Okay, all right.
You have your.
Yeah.
I mean, like, why is he giving me crap? He's got stuff he wants to plug.
Yeah, your PA, your weird ass podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, no, thanks for doing it.
I haven't got an invite yet.
Okay, so wait, before we end the episode, do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, Stevie Weeby Show. YouTube.com/StevieWeeby. That's it.
He even added a slash. I love
I know.
that.
Griffin, do you have anything?
He's like HTTP semicolon / /
Coke, you're fighting. You want to say anything?
Yeah, Joe.
I mean,
we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We don't know
Oh,
yet.
when are you fighting again? Is that-
December. It'll be sometime December.
All right,
Either
we're gonna
two.
get
I'm looking.
together.
I'm looking at either 2 dates, but I want either Vegas or Winnipeg. So I'm hoping Vegas though. I'm undefeated
We all
in
gotta
Vegas.
go
so
with a one
I'm
fight.
undefeated in
As a
Vegas.
fire team.
Yeah.
Now, if we show, can we go backstage and do it with you?
I want to be in.
Like in the
Being
locker room?
backstage would be, it would
Oh,
be super hard,
okay.
super strict because they got the commission and all
Oh,
that,
okay, that's
like,
fine.
and they drug test and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So
Let me
they're,
call my buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to be.
but
you can't be the corner
after
guy.
party, after party all day.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
actually be pretty funny.
That'd be. I would
Yeah,
love
oh,
that.
I would
I would
love
love
it.
that.
I would love that.
Come on!
Yeah, no, but yeah, sometime in December. So that'll be my next one.
And you're on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter. Newbreed04 is my tag, or Instagram, Cokehead UFC.
Cool.
As you can
And
see.
then Frank, comedy.
Tattoo.
Frank C. Comedy on Twitter, Frank Castillo. Denver, Colorado. I'll be there the 27th through the 29th. And then I'll be in Washington, D.C. the 5th through the 11th.
Let's tone it down. Nobody's listening to this.
I'll also be wherever,
Tone it down, Frank.
I'll also be wherever Eric's tossing me dates.
So Frank, you will not see Frank.
And then Griffin, anything?
just go to ericgriffin.com with a K, ERIK Griffin.com, and then you'll see my dates and stuff. And,
Okay.
You know, and I'm at Eric Griffin on everything. Do you have is that a tattoo of Bobby?
Yeah. He just got it not that long ago. All right, guys. Well, first episode. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.